Welcome to Vegan Method. In this video I'm making a sweet potato and jalapeno soup. To make the soup, the ingredients are roughly 1 kilo of sweet potatoes. I've got some green jalapeno, 1 clove of garlic, some smoked paprika and some cumin. We'll also need a little knob of butter and some salt and pepper to taste. The first thing we need to do is get a pot of water boiling, and that can be in the background while you chop your sweet potato. Now I'm not sure if this is fact, but I find that sweet potatoes cook a lot quicker than normal potatoes. So I'm going to cut these into roughly an inch and a half thick and into quarters once I've done that, and they'll cook within around 10 minutes. Now I'm adding the sweet potato carefully into the boiling water, and then I'm going to bring it back up to the boil and roughly check on it every 5 or 6 minutes just to see how it's doing. And we do that by stabbing a knife into the potatoes to see how soft they are. So I'm now just going to add the clove of garlic to the pot, and that will soften the garlic and also help flavour the water. We're going to use that later on to thin out the soup. While that's cooking, I'm now going to get my spices ready, and I've got a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of smoky paprika. The paprika is particularly good because it gives a Mexican feel to the soup, and the smokiness will just help with the spice from the jalapeno. 5 minutes later, I'm just checking on how soft the potatoes are, and if you can stab them and cut them with the knife like a slice, they're ready. And we can take them off the heat and let them cool for 5 minutes before we put them in the blender. I've now drained the potatoes but kept the sweet potato stock to one side. I'm going to add it to the blender in stages. So some of the potatoes and the garlic will go in now, along with some of the stock, just to thin out the soup. We don't know the consistency yet until we start blending, so don't add too much of either until you get it going. I'm also adding the spices now, and I'm also going to add some of the jalapenos. Now I've only put 4 in to start with because I don't know how spicy this will be. You don't want to make it too spicy and regret that decision. It's easier to make it less spicy and add some more spice later on if required. I'm also going to add the butter at this stage to give it a silken shine. Okay, so now it's time to blend, and what I'm doing is, as mentioned, going to blend it in increments. I'm just going to keep checking it to see how thick and thin it is, add more liquid if it's too thick, and add more sweet potatoes if it's too thin. You can keep going until you're happy with the consistency. I'm now extremely happy with how smooth the soup is. It's got a great little kick to it with the jalapenos. The smoky paprika is coming through, and it's also got a hint of garlic. It's the perfect soup for winter because it will definitely keep you warm. It's got a nice sweet tang to it, and I very much enjoyed making this soup almost as much as I enjoyed eating it. Now the final thing to do is just add some salt and pepper to your taste, and I'm also adding the 2 jalapenos on top, which will give it one more extra kick, and that is very much the nicest soup I've ever made with jalapenos, and the first soup I've ever made with jalapenos. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, leave comments below, and if you feel like sharing, I won't hate you for that. Thanks a lot. Bye.